Welcome to today's crazy setup where you are balanced precariously and possibly about to fall, so I'm sorry if that happens. Honestly, I really need to get a stand that's not insane. Also, you're balanced actually on a table, so if I hit this too hard, you're going to go flying. So I haven't lit a candle yet, so I'm going to do that. Any of you guys got one of these? It's really cool. It's like a tiny taser. You see that? It's a bit harder to actually light things, but the novelty value never seems to actually wear off. So there we go. Remember to turn taser off. And it's got that, if anyone's old enough to remember, it's got that smell that like Scalextric used to. Scalextrics? We used to have. Brain. Also, you might be a little bit wonky, so I'm sorry if you are. I don't know. Some exciting stuff today, although I haven't actually set anything up, which so you're gonna have to excuse the amount of faffing around that I'm gonna end up doing. Now I've got £50 today. Ooh, excitement! Wait, trying to give myself some room to put into these challenges today, which normally I have 30. So for anyone who hasn't seen me faff around before, I digitally cash stuff, and I use play money as, which I'm getting out now, as kind of placeholders, because it makes me feel better having something to actually hold and mess around with. Makes it all feel a lot more real. So I wish all this was real money that I'm putting in my amazing 50p toast rack that I found at a charity shop. But it is not real money. But the money is real in my Monzo account. So what I do is I move stuff around afterwards in there. And yeah, really new to all this. I would love to be the sort of person that could go to the bank and get money out and actually do it that way, but I know full well that I would give up on that really quickly. So this is how I've decided to do it. Plus it's quite fun, isn't it? My son is 19 now, so he is like years and years and years and years past wanting to play. But I really miss it when he was a toddler, I have to say. It's you get to kind of do it again as an adult, don't you? So for anyone that doesn't know, we are in South Wales, and we last year went down from 2 incomes to 1 income. So I left my career of 20 years with voluntary severance. So I had a little money to go with, basically because I was burnt out and I couldn't cope anymore. So we're now on a lot less money than we used to be, and we're kind of just about managing on my husband's wage, but only if I keep on top of everything. So this is month 2 of us trying to balance the books and ideally have a little bit left over. His wage comes in and all the kind of fixed costs go out of his account, so things like mortgage, council tax, gas, electricity, stuff like that. And then a chunk comes over to me and I deal with all the variable costs like food, clothes, holidays, days out, dog stuff, which I'm sorry if you can hear him in the background. Marvin is really unsettled this morning and I've already had to go and reheat my tea because of a stomach emergency from the dog. Excuse me, in fact, I'm going to have a sip now. Yeah, so he's in and out and pacing a little bit. I don't know what he's ended up eating, but the stomach is making some epic noises. Oh. Luckily, the weather unusually is quite nice today, so the back door's open so he can go in and out and just be disgusting in the back garden. I will keep an eye on him and make sure he's okay. Right, so These are the challenges that I've been doing with what I call our spare money. We haven't got much spare, and I wasn't sure whether we'd have any, to be honest, but I figured I could spare £30 a week, which I have been doing for the last month or so. I think I was really ambitious with these, actually. I think they're really big if you've only got £30 a week to kind of share between these, but you live and learn, don't you? So these challenges came from a big book that I got from Amazon. So they're basically just printed on normal paper, not laminated. It was the cheapest way I could do it at the time. I will be getting hold of some challenges that I can use over and over again, hopefully. I have ADHD, so I do tend to get quite obsessed with things for a while and then drop them, and I have learned to not spend a lot of money on on kind of starting things up, because inevitably at some point, often, I give in. But there's a really good reason behind doing this, isn't there? So a bit of motivation. Just realised I haven't put £5 in there. Okay, so this week I have £50, which is unusual, mainly because last month I did bulk shopping, which meant that this month so far the grocery shop has been loads cheaper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the way we set up our grocery at home, I basically operate a kind of larder system. There's 3 adults in the house, me, my husband and my son. And over the years we've built up like a really large kind of buffer of food in freezers and in the larder, so that we can buy in bulk when it's cheaper to buy in bulk. We can buy when things are on offer. And also I grow veg in the back garden, so that gets frozen down and used throughout the year. I say we, I do all the cooking from scratch. We make a lot of things from scratch, and it means we can have like a better quality of diet, I think, for a lot less money. I think it's really difficult to figure out how much we actually spend per week, because it comes in fits and starts. I'll have to do a large shop maybe once a month, maybe every 6 weeks. Excuse me. But it's certainly well below average. When I was doing my a nutrition course last year, I was looking at the averages of what everyone spends in the UK, and we're far below that. So, right, okie dokie. So, 5. What's that one? Is that 6? 6. 5 again. I really want one of those dice towers. That'd be nice. Because you wouldn't have thought anyone would be bad at rolling a dice, would you? But I might be. I mean, I never get ones. What's that about? This one's going to take about 4 years to finish at this rate. 5 again. What's that one? Yeah. Come on, 1. No. Come on, last chance. Last chance. So what happens with this is that I'm putting aside this chunk of money in a cash stuffing pot in Monzo, and then as these are finished I'll take it out and allocate it somewhere else. And I haven't really decided what to do with a lot of them as yet, but I would like to set up in my Monzo pots a kind of health one. We do eat a lot of whole foods, but I am a woman of a certain age and I do take some supplements to try and keep me sane. Right, 5. Colouring trigger alert, because I'm tragic at it. These are really difficult to colour on though, to be fair. They bleed a lot. So, plus I'm not sure, is that meant to be like 1 all around here? See, is that meant to be 1, 5 or 2? I don't know. I think basically that'll have to be decided at some other point. At this rate, I'm not sure we're even going to get there on this one. So that's 20 altogether, and I'll just put those away so we're not running out of. So not running out of kind of smaller notes. So yeah, there's only 20 and 135, and that's going to be the 12th of never, isn't it, that one? But hey ho, we'll what am I doing? Honestly, it's brain work. One done. So this spring one was actually £50, which I thought I'd be more on top of this, and I think it's definitely going to be summer by the time I actually finish this. So there should be 5, 10, 15. There should be 20 in it, which there is, and that's another 5. Although I might actually get to fill in quite a few on this one, might I? Another 5 in there. Yeah, let's do more of these. All different colours. They're all the same. That's 1. So 2, 3. I think these smaller ones are probably better actually. I think I'm going to be picking out smaller ones from now on, because they're just it's a bit depressing, isn't it? Thinking you're going to be just never finishing something. 3, 4, and obviously the money is just sitting there at the moment, and it would be nice to got some all over me already. It would be nice to actually take the money out and use it at some point. All right, Marv, lie down, darling. He's doing his digging on the carpet. I think he's uncomfortable. I don't know what he's eaten. I was out in the garden yesterday, so he was mooching around, and he might have grabbed something that he shouldn't have at some point. He's not actually a very typical Labrador, in as much as he's usually quite fussy about what he eats. The Labradors we've had in the past have been like garbage disposals, but this one is a fuss ass. Oh, lie down. Oh god. That's why we don't have nice things in our house. He's basically just digging up the rug now. Good boy. Here we go. Good job. Okay, so we've got 25 in that, halfway there with this one. I'd quite like to get this one finished, because I kind of thought in my head that it could go towards garden stuff, which is my favourite thing to spend money on. Right, Dragon Challenge. There's 15 more in this one. Anyone been up to anything amazing this week? Hope the weather's been nice wherever you are. It's been proper springy here, so a bit blustery, nice and cool, but sunny. It's been good. Should do blue one. Okay. Still cold though, and even though I've been growing veg for a very long time, I nearly always get fooled at this time of the year and end up putting things out way too early, or planting them. No, sorry, putting the seeds out too early. Even though I've got a greenhouse, but it's so chilly at night. Actually, we went out last night to see if we could see the lyrids, the meteor shower that was coming down. But we're kind of in the suburbs. Sometimes you can see some things, sometimes you can't. We didn't see anything. We saw Starlink satellites going past, but that's about it, which isn't quite as exciting. This one, so I owe £1 on that one. so got 5 there. 1, 2. Hang on, what am I doing here? I've got 12, 17, and where's the 1? There is. I did put it aside. I do owe it 1. Yeah, so I need to put this. I'm not going to choose anything that has 2s when I'm putting £5 in again, because my brain does not compute. So I need to cross off 3 of these. 2, 3. Yeah, you can tell how much of the cheap I'm actually doing is on my dodgy £1 placeholders. I even managed to find my binders in charity shops. They were only I think one was maybe £1. I can't remember now. Not much money. We have quite a few of these charity warehouses around us. So they're kind of out of town ones and much bigger. So it's honestly, it's like a day out. So 15 in that, and I owe £1. So so that's good. So 16. So we need to fill in 8 of those. Oh no, ran overboard. Come back. 1. 2. 3. Oh. Oh, one exciting thing that did happen, well, exciting, terrifying thing that happened is I applied for a job. Do you know what? I nearly had a breakdown applying for this thing, which it's part-time and it's fully remote. And it's kind of adjacent to the thing I used to do. But honestly, after years of being in a place that broke me, I had a bit of a meltdown even filling in the application form. So the job closed on, what's it, Tuesday the 21st. So I don't expect to hear, well, I don't expect to hear anything anyway, to be honest, but certainly not yet. And then I've talked myself out of like even having an interview if they offered me an interview, whether I'd go to it or not, because I'm not sure my head would cope with it at the moment. But it is potentially a really lovely job that I can do entirely at home, which is really unusual for anything to do with what I used to do, because I used to work in a laboratory. Oh, I've got 5 of these there. So anything kind of science-based that you can do at home is, you know, there's not many jobs like that, and I'm trying to avoid going back in to a physical place of work again, not only for my own kind of mental health, but also because in the future we'd like to not be geographically locked to one place. My son's going off to university next year, well, this year, sorry, and he's going nearby, but after that it shouldn't matter so much where we are. Can I just, oh yeah, I can just swap that out for 50. Whereas before I was always kind of, I had to stay where the work was, which meant being near a city pretty much. That's you done, so yeah, halfway there with that one. That's nice. I feel like we're never going to finish any of these. Oh, she says, hang on, wait. Am I finishing one? No. Am I? Is this the first one I'm finishing? No. Yeah. Honestly, I can do maths, honestly. Yay! It's a finished one. Oh, that's really exciting. Oh, I'm going to have to choose a new thing to put in here then, aren't I? And choose what to do with this £50. So that's going to be really hard to decide, actually. I need to get... No, I don't need to get... I could get some things for the garden. So this... I'm going to the garden centre with my mum on Friday, which is like danger zone. Oh, dangerous. So I could get a couple of things from there. That would be awesome. I've just realised I haven't got like a completed... I should have a completed folder, shouldn't I? I'm so new to this, honestly. I'm closer to 50 than 40, if I'm honest, and I've never really properly budgeted, which is shocking, isn't it? Is there an excuse for that? Can I blame the ADHD? I'm going to blame the ADHD. What do you want, Marv? What's the matter? Why are you hitting things with your tail? Right, so I have some of these challenges that I kind of sell. They're not really laminated. It's basically just sticky back, plasticky stuff that I put on them. So I think I should choose one of these to... They're all double-sided. I can't be thinking about autumn yet. Oh, goodness, that'd be... Wow, maybe one day, huh? Restaurant visits. I can choose... Oh, car and gas. Ooh, yeah, let's face it. And a separate fund for petrol might be a good shout at the moment. That one's 85. 185. What's that one? 76? Possibly a bit too much. What do you reckon, guys? Ooh, summer. Summer might be a good shout, mightn't it? Seeing as it might arrive at some point. Christmas challenge. I might do that at some point to top up. So in Monzo, I've got these kind of pots for just for these challenges, but also I've got like separate pots for Christmas, car maintenance, days out, stuff like that. So we don't spend a lot on Christmas. What are those ones? 150. Oh, hang on. 300, 110, 50. Yeah, we might only need one of these ones come the time, a bit closer to the time. We just don't spend that much on Christmas, really. I don't know. I don't know how much everyone else spends on Christmas, but we don't spend a lot. We're definitely only just into three figures pretty much most of the time. And because these are scribbly ones, so these Sharpies I used to use at work, and I could never use any of the light coloured ones because I used to use them to write on lab equipment, and you can never actually see anything light on them. I'll be amazed if this black one works actually. But what should we do? So should we do fives? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd be like 240. It's probably a bit much, isn't it? Is that right? Need to be doing maths or ones even. That might not be a bad shout, because I do have those totally awesome homemade placeholders, so I could start putting ones in there. Or is that right? Would it be 200? Oh no, 120. Ooh. So maybe 5 then. Okie dokie. 5s it is. And I think I have a spare one of these. So yeah, 1 finish. That's really exciting. Surprising amount of dopamine from. I am absolutely going to end up spending it at the garden centre this Friday. I think Friday. That's tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow. Yeah, so it's going to last a whole day, isn't it, before I actually spend it. So there we go. Summer challenge. That should give 120. Oh, that candle smells amazing. I'm just getting wafts of it now. So guys, any tips, tricks, like anything for low budgeting, I would be so grateful, because I am properly a noob at this, and I don't know what I'm doing. But I have been really pleased with the last couple of months and how it's gone. So yeah, I've been amazed actually that we've basically managed to do all our grocery shopping, keep everything maintained, like dog food, all our cleaning stuff and everything, and have extra money left over to save up, you know, lots of change out of £600, which is what we had spare. So I've been really pleasantly surprised. It's amazing what happens when you keep an eye on it all, isn't it? So anyway, I hope you're all doing extremely well. Oh God, the state of my hands. Gardener's hands, people. And yeah, I'll be back next week. I'll let you know what I ended up buying at the garden centre. Bye for now.